Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it is time for part 3 of the Monday Q&A, so let's get to the first question. What bench press grip do you recommend? I'm not sure if your question is, if you mean a full overhand grip or if you mean the suicide grip, in which case it's going to depend on how safely you can do them. I think for some people the suicide grip does allow for a little better numbers for your max bench, but it does carry a degree of risk. If you're going to do suicide grip, never, ever, ever use spotters. Don't trust spotters. You need to do everything inside of a rack. Use a setup like what you guys see me training in, so that if it slips and falls out of your hand, your 300 pounds is just going to hit you in the chest. It's going to knock your arch out, and then it's going to hit the safeties. So it's less likely to injure you. And you shouldn't be doing them on a normal bench. You need something with actual safety catches that can safely catch the weight without injuring you. Don't trust a human spotter if you do suicide grip. Now, as far as the rest, I recommend benching narrow unless you really need to, for competitive reasons, go ultra wide. I recommend keeping everything inside the rings. At the most, maybe the pinky or the ring finger on the rings. I train inside of the rings personally. I just feel that it's easier on my shoulder joints in general because I do a lot of bench pressing. I don't bench just once a week. I bench anywhere between 3 and 6 times a week, depending on what my training looks like for that particular phase. So for me, doing all that benching, I need to keep a fairly narrow grip in order just to maintain shoulder safety and not put wear and tear on the joint, because going ultra wide is a little harder on the shoulder joints. So again, it just really depends on what you're doing. Alright, next question. Can I use HIIT on rest days on your 5x5 novice program like boxing? Thanks. Boxing is fine. Boxing is not HIIT. No, I would not do HIIT training on my off days. I've got you squatting 3 times a week, doing 15 sets of squats a week. You're not going to recover correctly no matter what you eat unless you're either genetically gifted, you're pushing out on the program and not pushing the progression hard enough, or you're on steroids. If you start doing HIIT on your off days on that higher frequency, higher volume squatting that I have you doing with a really hard progression, no, you can't do that. Now, boxing is not really HIIT. Boxing is just conditioning work. If you can do it for an hour, it's not HIIT. It's more of steady state, almost type cardio in a lot of ways, most of your boxing trainings. The boxing would be fine as long as you're treating it as boxing, not doing actual HIIT work. Alright, next question. Will you be attending the Bodypower expo in July? I was not aware that there was a Bodypower in July. I thought it was in April. But as far as the one in April, guys, I'm really undecided on it. I know I was there last year. I met a lot of you. And in fact, somebody has tried to get me banned already from the expo. To my knowledge, I'm still not banned. I've spoken with the owner, who personally called me and spoke with me about some of this. I am still invited. The only issue I'm running into is that the only reason for me to go to any of these expos at this point is to meet my fans. And I genuinely enjoy spending time meeting the fans, talking to you guys, getting the pictures with everyone. And everyone who met me this last time I was there, I don't think I spent less than 5 minutes with each individual person who wanted to come over and talk to me. And I had whole groups of you guys that came as friends, 5 or 6 of you that I spent like 30 minutes talking to. And I enjoy doing that. I enjoy meeting the subscribers. I love meeting you guys. The issue I run into is that I'm also there at something that is really just a giant supplement fair. You guys know I'm getting less and less supportive of the supplement industry. I've had so many issues with supplement companies threatening me with lawsuits, continually harassed by lawyers, and I almost feel like by me being at these expos that I'm bringing them extra money, when they're not doing anything for me other than causing me problems for the most part. I almost feel like I'm giving these companies some free advertising that I don't feel that they deserve. And in addition to the fact I'm spending money going there on hotels and spending money on the travel, I have to bring my wife with me. She does not enjoy it at all. So I really don't know yet what I'm going to do with that. I have a bit of a dilemma. Plus, I'm running into the issue of my real life friends who know me understand this. I've had issues with people butting heads with me who are going to be at Bodypower. And I'm the type of person that if someone pops off to me in person, it's going to be over. I don't restrain myself at that point. I do have black belts in 2 different styles of martial arts. I like to fight. I'm generally pretty restrained. I don't go pick fights with people, but I'm almost concerned at this point because a couple of CEOs, a couple of very respected people who are going to be at these events, I'm concerned that they're going to pop off at me in person and I'm going to knock the fuck out of them if that happens. And then I'm going to have all sorts of problems because at the end of the day, I am still an immigrant. So I am concerned that some of these individuals in the industry are going to instigate something with me at this point, and I'm going to lose my cool and I'm going to end up fucking somebody up at the middle of a big expo like that if they start something. I don't know, guys. So at this point, I really just have to think it through and weigh out the options and decide what I'm going to do there. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.